We find ourselves in a tavern at the edge of the world. Sitting in their usual spot is the adventuring party, sharing drinks and good times with the bard who has already arrived. It doesn't take too long before eventually everyone goes quiet as they wait for the bard to begin his story. Pulling out an instrument, he begins to strum as he begins his recap of the last tale he told. Last we left, my friends, our party was on their way east, having left Westwatch to hunt down and cross off a few items upon their list. After arriving in Alron, with some minor pushes, Brynja and Reese had a heart-to-heart, where they finally laid all their feelings bare. After the confession and a fun night, the party then decided it was time to move on. But before they could leave, one of the morrow's attendants, Bran, arrived and delivered an invitation to dinner. Seeing this as an opportunity to build a connection with a noble from the Green, who had to be attending as well, the party decided that they would go. The dinner was, however, interrupted by a familiar coldness, as the assassin in black crashed the party and took the life of the noble guest. In the aftermath, Vernick revealed some strange information. That the form of the assassin had taken was none other than his brother, Bartley. You all find yourselves either having found a room to lay down for the night, or in the library at the Morrow Estate, feverishly researching. If I recall correctly, Reese for sure wanted to find some stuff in the library. Was there anyone else?
No, I think Brendan just stayed with him, and then Crag and I went back to the tavern.
Okay.
Unless Crag wanted to stay, I'm going back. I got nothing to look up.
Yeah, he'll go back too.
All right. What's going on in the library?
Especially since we don't currently, as far as I'm aware, have many prying eyes. I am going to be looking into a few things that we had been kind of ambiently going about, but hadn't really settled on. I did want to... We couldn't find the Night Serpent in the library. I do want to see if... I'm more doing this as a precautionary thing to make sure that there isn't any, like, hints about it anywhere. I'm looking for any mentions in, like, the Jotun section of that stone circle up north that we had been to, that brought me to Jotunheim. So that's the first thing.
Okay. Go ahead and let's use a different roll tonight. Academics.
Fuck. Well, here's the thing. I still roll my my wild die, right?
Yes.
Yup.
Okay. Oh, thank fuck for... Oh my god.
Oh.
Okay.
You're...
Do I still do the
focused.
-2 because it's not a trained skill?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Or
cool.
Like if it's not listed, I would think it. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes it a 13.
All right. Damn. Most of what you find initially is all very like similar with what you know so far about that place up to the north, the tales of Ulfrhull and the half giant that fought some battle there, along with various mentions of content related to realmways and how things can just appear to drag people to other spaces.
Okay.
One thing in particular that does catch your attention that you are able to locate is the discussion of, whereas most realmways are natural, quote unquote, occurrences, there are ways where you can add intention to a realmway. Ways that essentially are beyond just natural means of a realmway opening. Essentially, like harnessing a realmway in a way that it treats it more like a plane shift, where it can be done under some given set of circumstances. Whereas for plane shift, it's like casting the spell. In this instance, it could be something like, you know, you drop this very specific gemstone charged with magic in a bowl, and a gateway opens. Or, as you presume, perhaps it had something to do with the kind of blood that you had spilled on some sort of magically charged area.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be an issue if I'm currently in this body and we need me to get back there.
Oh yeah, you don't bleed, do you?
I don't bleed.
Fuck.
So, but there's nothing like connecting those stones. Like there was mention of the stones and the battle there, but is there mention of it being a realmway, or is it me just finding those two different bits of research?
Two different bits. There doesn't really seem to
Okay.
be any speculation that those stones in particular, like Ulfrhull in and of itself, is a realmway.
Good.
You having the knowledge that you have, it makes sense the way that the story of Ulfrhull ends, where the half giant just vanishes.
Disappear.
That it's possible that there was a natural realmway there originally and was later harnessed in some means.
Okay. Cool. Another thing I wanted to look into, especially given that Eskel had to have figured out this rumor for the amulet somewhere. Is there mention of this amulet or like the specific stones that we're looking after anywhere in this library?
No. The closest you get to anything even remotely like that is just the talk of conceptual artifacts, like essentially things that like could potentially exist, that talk about how there may be, artifacts that provide means of transportation across realms. That's about the extent of what is in books that you can find.
Okay. Which means either he had the book in his place back there, or he learned it from the book that Morgan's carrying around. Okay. And then I also wanted to look into, because we've already got two pieces of the hammer. I wanted to see if there are any mentions of the last piece that we have to find on Grimheart Isle. Any mentions of like what we know what it is, but like where it could possibly be is what I'm interested in.
I gotcha. So the last piece that you're looking for, is this in relation to Craig's stuff?
Yeah, Craig's hammer.
Okay, gotcha. With the roll that you got, there's no direct mention of any sort of signet stone or anything that would fit the description of what Crag has explained. You do find some books that kind of help tie a few things together that do discuss some of the like old ways of dwarven forging that often talk about utilizing raw power from the plane of fire, Muspelheim, as a fuel for their forges. There's a very debated stance that there was or is unclear a realmway to Muspelheim in Grimheart Volcano that used to be utilized by the dwarfs of old.
Great.
Wild.
Fantastic.
Cool,
With
cool,
our luck,
boy.
normally,
Cool,
whenever there's
cool.
rumors, the
Oh,
rumors are normally
boy.
true.
Let me just go ahead and open up that map to see how far we gotta travel to. Okay, it's not far from where we touched down. It's not terrible. Sick. Anyway. And then I think the last thing I want to try and look into is any significant events that have happened like in the Midland Mountains or any mentions of powerful stones within the green, just to kind of narrow our searches.
Okay. Looking for tales within the Midland Mountains. There's a couple different stories that permeate the area involving like strange caverns, or like, creatures that are unknown what their true physical forms are, but often captured by strange screams in the night or like growls or roars, strange footprints left in the snow. As for like significant events in the Midland Mountains in particular, nothing really catches your eye.
Okay.
The closest thing you can find is the final stand of Dagny the Defiant, which is essentially a hero that fell protecting Northgate from. The story changes every time on what was attacking Northgate, ranging anywhere from a southern army to an army of goblins to some massive like dragon. Something was attacking Northgate, and Dagny was said to have defended it.
Okay. Cool. And then nothing for the green.
For the green, there's not really a whole lot that you can find on any stories related to stones.
Heard. Cool. That's all I really had in mind. If there's anything else that catches my eye, I'll keep an eye out for stuff. But other than that, that's all I had planned on researching.
Okay. Anything else for anyone tonight?
Brynja would probably wake up at some point, probably have a hard time sleeping. Are there any, I imagine the library has windows? Or
Yes,
is it like, yeah. So Brynja will like wake up and see Reese nose in book and look at the window. If the moon is out there, the moonlight's shining, and she's just gonna sit up and stretch a bit and walk over to Reese. How are you doing?
Making some headway on certain things, but others are kind of hard to pass together. I at least ended up negating a couple fears of mine, so there's that. I did have a realization, though, that if we want to make some headway on one of our objectives, this is not exactly going to cut it.
What
But
do you mean?
certain qualities are kind of lacking right now, in terms of what's needed to get in certain places.
Such as?
I don't know how much more I want to say, given that we've been kind of watched.
Oh, okay. That's fair. Fair, okay. So you're saying, yeah, okay. Okay, well.
Which I am realizing I may have forgotten to mention something before we started all this. And I feel like it's important for you to know going forward. The Storm Mother did mention that there's a possibility that if we find all the pieces of me, I will not have long to live, given that if that's the goal of why I'm still around, it will have been fulfilled. And thus, the goal keeping me alive is no longer viable.
She's
She says it's a
certain about that?
possibility.
Okay, possibility. That doesn't mean.
Right. But I figured even a possibility was worth mentioning.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, that thought kind of never went through my head, considering, I'm the mortal one.
For now.
Yeah. I guess we'll cross those bridges when they come to it.
Yeah.
Thank you for telling me.
Of course.
Raina was right. I was in my head too much. I wasted so much time just fretting over nothing, and I'm not going to let this.
You're not the only one. We'll make up for lost time.
And I give him a kiss. Speaking of, and I look out the window. Should I talk to Seiyun about what happened tonight? See if she knows this name, Farah. I know we want to be careful with what knowledge we give her, but this...
she might have access to more knowledge than we might. And at the very least, you can at least settle up the fact that you completed what was needed, yeah?
Yeah, I did talk to her after.
Okay, good.
But yeah, that's what I was thinking, that if, she has access to information that is kept from mortals, and these assassins are something that even the gods should be concerned about. They were. Which I can't remember. Have I discussed the assassins with her? I know I told her all about the blade when I came to her and was asking for her help. I know I've talked to her about Blackear a lot, so...
I don't think you've explicitly talked to her about the assassins.
About the... Okay. So... I guess, I tell her about that. And
might be
especially...
a good time to mention it, especially if it's tied to Blackear.
Okay, I wanted to talk to you before.
Cool.
Might as well do that now while, the moon's out. It's a better signal. I guess that's... I give your hand a squeeze, and I'm gonna go find a restroom with a mirror.
I imagine
Yeah.
if there's nothing I can really do to help, but if you think of anything, let me know. I'll just give her a kiss on the cheek and pat on her shoulder.
Go find a restroom with a mirror. Maybe light a candle. Make it dark, light a candle so it's just me in the mirror, and
Yeah, Bloody
cast...
Mary 3 times.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mother Moon, Mother Moon, Mother Moon. Yeah. We used to play that as kids back in the back in Westwatch. Yeah, and I'm gonna cast divination, and so that is my faith is 8. It is gonna be a 5.
5? Okay. That is a success. As you focus in the mirror, having with the candle and reaching out with your divination spell, you feel that cold sensation of water underneath your feet, as if you were standing in a shallow pool. As you do so, the light of the half moon spills into the space all around you, despite there being no windows in this bathroom. In front of you, through the reflection, almost like translucent and just standing barely out of you, you can see Sayud's form.
Lady Sayun.
Her back being to you previously, she turns to regard you. She gives a soft smile as she takes a few steps closer. Brynja.
I guess I should just cut. Do you know anything about a creature, a person that goes by Farah?
You see her kind of thinking for a moment. The name is not immediately familiar to me.
It might have something to do with Blackyear. Do you know anything about the assassins that took place in the north against Eskelmaro and the Jarl of Frostwind? The former Jarl?
They have reached my ear, yes.
There's been another. We were present for all 3, unfortunately. The victim was Aki of the Green.
That is troubling to hear. Aki was... He was knowledgeable.
I only knew him for a few hours, but that is... A lot was lost, is how I can see with his death. Like I said, we've unfortunately been present at these 3 assassination attempts, and I'm gonna tell her what kind of happened and what we know about them, at least in terms of, like, with what happened in Frostwind and the whole, what's his fuck changing alliances, and which involves my brother now, and I wasn't in the room, but my companions told me that the assassins, they're possessed. At least this Farah was possessing someone that we knew that was close to the Morrows. And I just give her as much information as I can, considering.
Mm-hmm. It is troubling. This creature is not known to me. Your descriptions don't really match anything that I've heard of before. I'll have to consult with my husband. He's more versed in some of the ancient histories. He may have heard a thing or two.
I just know that whatever this thing is, it knows my face. And it told me that soon it wants me and my companions. It knows we've been meddling. And if these things can steal souls in such a way, I think it is also a concern to the gods as well. Or at least it should be.
Did you tell her about the fight with the Jarl, how like you killed it the first time and then it came back?
Yes, I would have let her know that.
It maybe it's strange. It is showing very human, mortal mannerisms. I would presume its comment it made to you about soon is likely a grudge for what you did to it in Frostwind.
I was thinking something on those lines.
It is also troubling to hear that you also believe that something with the spirits is strange around it. If souls are going anywhere other than Hell or Valhalla, it is concerning, for it is usually for a nefarious purpose.
Oh, and I definitely would have told her if I hadn't already, like witnessing what bit of the ritual that we did and not understanding that that's what it was at the time. So, the more someone's giving this knowledge to the right people, and it can really, I'm worried about the damage it can do. It will do. And I just, since it happened again, I thought maybe one, you should know, and if you had any knowledge. And thank you for listening.
I appreciate it. As I said, I will discuss this with my husband to see if he has any other knowledge, but I wish I had more to give you. I will warn you that the Damari have requested any news of this assassin be brought to them immediately. I am obligated to tell them.
I figured as much, considering we dealt with this in the north, which was another reason I wanted to contact you in case. Because Mornstar's the capital, right?
Yes.
And is that where the northern version is of
Yeah,
the
the Southern
Damari.
Damari
Yeah, this. Yeah.
hold council in Mornstar, yes.
If we end up getting summoned there, you know, and might see you sooner than later, but I figured as much.
If you are comfortable with staying where you are, I will see if the Damari are able to travel. They will likely have questions that they haven't been able to answer in the past with the body still present.
I'll discuss it with my companions, but I don't think they would have a problem considering we want this figured out just as much as they do, I'm sure. And Porter. Porter. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of political uproar considering it happened at the Morrow's estate and the family's previous rocky relationships. And I personally don't want to be in the middle of that, but yeah. I'll let you know if we plan to leave Alron.
I'll ensure that Damari are aware you carry my blessing.
Thank you. Thank you again. Sorry to have nothing but bad news.
Information is always good to have. I am sorry that you had to see another one of these murders.
Thank you.
Be well, Brynja. And she fades as the feelings all leave, including the pool of water around your feet.
Blow out the candles, walk out, find Reese. Alright. So, I told her she didn't know about the Farah, but I told her about the assassins, and basically she's gonna look into it, but she has to tell the Damani.
Right.
And there's a good possibility if we stay put, they would like to talk to us, and she's going to see if they might be coming to Alron instead of us going to Mornstar.
We'll have to stay here a little bit longer.
Just to
At least that won't,
clear.
yeah, at least that won't impede the route we already had.
Right. I figured everyone would be... We'll talk to them in the morning, but I think we all would rather just have our noses clean, considering we're already kind of in a rocky space with the northern gods, and just since we are a common denominator in all this shit.
Yeah. Might as well clear our names all that up.
But we at least... Sayun is in my corner at least, so hopefully, if anything, you know, and then Reyna, hopefully, I would think that her grandmother, in a sense, will hopefully give us some points. Who knows? Who knows? It's the gods. But anyway.
And hopefully, if I remember that, we won't complicit in the last two. So, hopefully, that will be in our favor going forward.
As long as Vernick doesn't pull some weird shit.
I still don't trust this family farther than I can throw them. Even
No.
though I can throw them far, that's still not outside of town.
I'll just probably nod off a little bit, but probably spend rest of the night kind of like, yeah, just closer to Reese and.
I will say, as soon as we're done talking about that bit, if she's nodding off and just being close, I'm humming a lullaby until she passes back out.
My God,
Mhm.
you're so cute.
God, get a room, Jesus.
We do. It's called the library, jackass.
Oh, too bad freaking Vince had to throw the water on us and have an assassination. Because goddamn.
Is Porter being a menace?
He is being an absolute menace right now.
Good.
I apologize.
No, I didn't
Never
hear him.
apologize.
I can't hear him, but I saw
Yeah,
you
I
go to
can't
the
hear
door,
him.
so I knew. I'm like, I know Porter's doing some shit.
Yeah, the Discord voice isolation puts in a lot of work when it comes to Porter. Unfortunately, if stream is even working right now, if anyone was listening, they probably got their ears blown out.
We couldn't hear it.
Says
Yeah,
there's a
we can-
network error, but I
yep,
don't
network
know
error.
if...
Click here to reload. Excellent. All right.
Great. Fantastic.
This is gonna be a recorded session.
Yep.
We're
I'm just
trying.
gonna stop the stream, and it's just gonna.
We're just
Yeah,
recording.
we
As
should,
long as
hold
we're
on. We need to
recording-
like make an announcement like in the Discord. Be like, hey y'all,
Yeah.
internet's fucked.
This is gonna have to be.
I don't know if y'all can see. Nugget is feisty right now, so I have to
You
let
see?
her have her time. But like, she is strong.
I see
No,
that.
I got hella distracted for like 30 seconds while you were holding her.
I'm
And I
so
was like,
sorry.
I know there's important shit happening, but cat.
But
Cat,
cat, but baby, but baby.
My precious baby.
Like, do you see how far she's launching this shit up? I'm
Yeah, I
just
see-
holding tension against her. Like, look at this stick.
It's like those videos of the guys like fishing giant bass
Yeah.
with like
Yeah.
the Barbie rod. Like
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's
catching a
this little
sturgeon
shit.
with a Barbie rod.
I'm fishing
Aw.
for 6 right now.
Uh,
This is her new favorite toy.
Yup.
I have There you go.
Give it back. Give it back, you demon.
Never.
Oh,
Anyway, that's what I wanted to do tonight.
you little bastard.
Porter picked the internet.
Beat it.
All right. Yeah, we are offline, just recording now. So this will be rebroadcasted later. I don't know. At some point.
Yay.
At
At
some
some
point.
point.
All right.
Someday.
Maybe someday.
Maybe someday. Maybe I'll try starting at break and see if it'll actually want to stream, but it's fine. Whatever. Don't worry about it.
Okay, it's fine. Alright.
I guess real quick, yeah, in the morning, since we're at this state, Brynja would definitely go or like make sure that the body is still, around. Probably it's been taken care of, but just make sure that the body is still on the property and not too much, and tell
Don't let him
Vernick,
burn it.
tell Vernick that we might be expecting some guests.
Yeah.
FYI.
I will note, in the middle of the night, or like early morning, Reese, you do, as you're kind of holding Brynja, who's now fast asleep in the library. You do see Vernick make his way into the library, bags under his eyes, reeking of alcohol. And he walks through the library. While walking, he looks towards you, just gives you a slight nod, and keeps going. And at the far end of the library, there's this door on one side where he kind of stops in front of, and you see him do a few hand signals as there's this brief flash of magic, and then the door kind of slowly opens. He steps inside, and it closes behind him.
I'm guessing there's no, like, I'd have to know whatever spell he casts.
Yeah, 100%.
Shit, fuck, ass, and tits.
Where's
All right.
Morgan?
I'm just gonna try and
He's
make
on
note
an
of it
adventure
as
with his
best
wife.
I
Leave him
can.
alone.
Yeah, let him hang out with his wife.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You're fine.
He's studying weird magic rocks with his wife. Leave the boy alone.
Yeah.
He's
He's
where
having
he wants to
enrichment in his enclosure.
Eventually, morning comes, and you make sure to check on the body. There's been a little bit done, obviously, like the guards, along with Bo and Bran, have done a little bit of cleanup. Most of the blood's been kind of wiped away, and the body's been like wrapped up in cloth and stuff.
Yeah.
But has not been disposed or is not being thrown in a fire or anything actively.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell them that, yeah, like, this needs to be guarded. The Domani are probably gonna come take a look at it, so it needs to be, keep it safe.
Eventually, Vernick makes his way out of the library as you all kind of unsure of what to do, wander around the keep. Eventually, Bo kind of approaches all of you just as Vernick comes out of the library. I had the cooks make everyone some breakfast if you need any food.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Odin, just something I wanted to do, just like, not like over the course of the entire night, because I do need to fucking sleep,
Yeah.
but like for an hour or two before I go to bed, Reyna is gonna like think really hard, rack her brain real hard about when Morgan would try and cast scrying, like any sort of hand movements, any sort of incantation he had, and just try and figure it out.
I gotcha. I gotcha. Just for a pure role-playing perspective of this being the first time you try it out, would you like to make me... Do you use spellcasting as Warlock? I forget.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, make me a spellcasting roll at a -2.
Can do. And just for the purposes of this, for my trial runs, I think she is going to try and scry on Vigo. The thought process being, if I can't do this on a target I know too well, then it's something I'm doing wrong. I'm the one fucking up.
I gotcha, yeah.
You said -2, right?
Yes.
That's a 3.
Ah, damn. Hey, you won't always have that -2. This is just like a first time.
No, I figured. No, I know.
You focus, trying to recall all the hand signs that Morgan does, and you feel the magic potential kind of fill the space as you begin to see some of the dust kind of pick up off the floor as there's this slight crack in the air of the magic filling up the scry spell before you feel a bead of sweat kind of drop down, and then it just collapses on itself.
How the fuck does he do this? Yeah, to give that kid more credit. Alright, that's it. I just want...
Okay.
We're good. We can be... Yeah.
Do all of you make your way to breakfast?
Yes.
I would, yeah.
Okay.
Reese does. It's the most important meal of the day.
Of
I know.
course, I'm making
No,
sure everybody
Brynja-
else.
I was gonna say, Brynja doesn't really, I don't think Brynja would really have much of a choice. Reese would kind of look at her, are you really not gonna?
Really? Really?
At least get a breakfast roll in, at the very least.
Fine.
Yeah.
You make your way in, and there's this pretty large spread of all sorts of breakfast items, from pastries to eggs to various meats. it's quite a selection.
Hell
I'd
yeah.
normally be in
Um,
heaven, but my stomach is still not. It's like, ugh.
Vernick kind of takes his seat and pours himself this really, really tall glass of this like steaming, piping hot coffee. You see him like pull a flask out from his jacket.
That's
and, like, pour it in.
That's what I was waiting for. That's what I was waiting for. I'm like, yep.
Mommy.
Oh my God, that was my breakfast of choice for a long time.
And he just like grabs this massive like sweet roll and just like slides it over to himself.
Look, man, if anybody here fucking deserves it, it's him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once everyone is seated, Brynja is going to say how she talked to Sayun last night and how that the Damani are probably going to come pay a visit, considering the assassination. And that it would probably be best if we stayed here and answered whatever questions they had.
Vernick nods, kind of unsurprised. I had heard about their directive for anything related to this assassin. You're welcome to stay. And he kind of looks around to any of the waiters and waitresses in the area and just kind of motions for them to leave, leaving all of you and Vernick alone. Even Bo and Bran leave the room.
Just for our own peace of mind, I have a couple questions, given that you know more about us than we have really told you.
Do my best to answer what I can.
I'm assuming that you're not necessarily at liberty to tell us exactly how you know.
Which parts?
So there are multiple sources. Got it. It's more, there are very few people that specifically know about what I am.
I see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Our people are very good at what they do, but they're not omniscient. While you've been in the south, we've had someone following you in most of the towns or cities that you're in. Not tracking you through any of the wilderness or anything, but it wasn't too hard to piece together when you left the Festival of Flame in one body and came back in another, and everyone still called you the same thing. What was happening?
Right. So it's operatives, it's not a scrying thing that we need to keep an eye on what we say, because all due respect, we do not want to share our entire lives with you and yours.
Apparently, we have not been keeping as much of a tab on you as of recent. It was primarily following the death of the Jarl and your initial visit here in Alron that you had some of our operatives tailing you. We don't have nearly as many in the north, but they are there. And to be completely transparent, we do have various mages under our employ that have scrying capabilities. Although we have not frequently used it.
Understood. But more just, there are certain secrets we have to keep in order to maintain safety for all. And I just want to make sure that we are able to make good on the secrets we have to keep.
I understand.
And I don't not like you, Vernick. Your sister,
She's the
but-
one who shares the most mistrust.
which is what I'm concerned about, because I understand knowing who you're working with or keeping tabs, but considering certain knowledge, I want us to stay. I don't want to be an enemy of your family, but I do want to make something clear that if anything happens to any of my friends, especially this one concerning certain things, there will be problems.
Completely reasonable.
And if it helps ease her paranoia, we really don't want to get mixed up in anything your family has going on. To be honest, we had planned on just kind of avoiding you all while we were.
We appreciate the library access.
Agreed.
I do appreciate that you've opened up your home to us. Again, I don't want us to be enemies. I like being able to have someone that we could potentially have dinner with. And like Reese said, we have our own things that we promise are not going to affect your family.
The company is very welcome. If I'm honest, it gets fairly lonely around here. Bo was a pretty nice addition to the keep. But I understand. For what it's worth, given what we know now about this assassin, and how you've been present for each of the 3 known times that the assassin has appeared, I don't know if you particularly have a choice in avoiding my family anymore.
So it's a matter of making sure that we earn enough trust to have our own privacy.
I think it's more of a suspicion that while it may not be directly something of within your arm's reach, there is an external force of some kind that has our families linked together.
That's fair. Speaking of family, may we discuss barley?
He kind of nods slowly and takes a big drag of his coffee.
Now, I don't know if this thing is used barley for all these attempts. I should hope not, considering... But we don't know. We've met Barley on a couple occasions. The first time he asked us to look after, or thanked for looking after Bo after the first assassination attempt.
He kind of nods slowly. When? When were the times you met him?
If I'm remembering correctly, was the first time in Wintercrest or on the way there?
First time was in
I think it was
Wintercrest
in
at
Wintercrest.
at the Odd Fox Tavern? Odd Fox
I
Tavern.
think so, because that's where I met him first.
And the second time, Reese and Brynja, you weren't there.
I don't think so, yeah.
But Raina Crag and Morgan were all at the inn in Frostwind.
Ah,
Yeah.
because we were on a
Mm.
road trip.
Oh yeah, we were having our
Also,
First
after
date.
the assassination of the Jarl.
Oh
Yup.
fuck! Shit! Oh my god, it
Yup.
is using him. Ah!
Shit. Well,
Never mind then. There was like, oh god. Yep.
oofy
Okay.
doof.
Yeah. Yep. Connections. Yeah.
Oofy doof.
I mean, it's not definite. It is a pattern. It is a concerning pattern.
It's a very concerning pattern that.
But
we
I mean,
cannot
we were
overlook.
also present at all 3 assassinations, and we had nothing to do with it. So
That is true.
True. That is true. But we did see him.
I'm still
As the
skeptical about Morgan,
assassin.
but
You're still skeptical about Morgan.
Yeah. Hey, this might be the one.
What
Morgan
valid?
might be in the clear because he is not even on the freaking continent at the moment.
You see Vernick kind of like nodding as there's a little bit of light in his eyes, as he probably is coming to the same conclusion that you are at the same time about the times and locations. You see the light kind of fade as he looks back to you, very solemn now. We don't talk about Barley a lot. Honestly, all of us thought he was dead for this. Barley is the youngest of my siblings. He was a good kid. He's a very good kid. It's probably more than what the Morrow family deserved. Not too far into his teenage years, he got really sick. It came on really fast, very suddenly. Before we knew it, we were saying our last words over him. I'm sure you've noticed the resemblances between Barley, Bo, Bran, and Bren.
Yup.
We were all shocked by his sudden passing. Grief does strange things to families. We all wanted some way to carry him forward, and I started getting into researching magics on simulacrums. Bo, Bryn, and Barley are all a result of my research.
They can't look at each other because it is hard to reconcile seeing another of technically yourself.
Exactly.
Hmm.
The interactions between them are actually quite interesting, and cataloging that is become a bit of a hobby, but obviously that doesn't take precedence right now.
So, with sorry if this is a new concept for me. With simulacrums, do you have to have the person or the soul around, or is it just pouring a memory into a shell?
Typically, the simulacrum is a kind of magic that's utilized by a caster to create a simulacrum of themselves.
Mm.
Obviously, we couldn't do that with my dead brother. So I tried my best to find a way to modify it, and that kind of like looks down. I don't know if I really want to talk about it.
Sorry, curiosity got the better of me.
It's been really interesting, though. I mean, once we made each of the simulacrums, they aren't perfect copies of Barley. once we made them, I mean, they've each begun to develop their own personalities and identities.
I've noticed that at least.
What happened to Barley's body?
We buried him.
Family cemetery, I assume?
Yeah, it's a place outside of town.
And I'm assuming you haven't been back since.
No. I suspect
Oh.
go back, find a body.
No.
So the question, one of many, is this Farah using your brother's soul or some manifestation? If your family is the target, what better way to ensure that you don't fight back than have someone you care about be the face? But the fact that we even saw the assassin as Barley was simply a fluke because you were very resourceful in trying to stop them.
Previous two assassinations made me wary. It does bring about another curiosity to my mind. I wish your friend was here.
I do as well.
Yeah, he could scry on your brother maybe.
Or even talk. Oh.
I'm mostly curious if the book that he stole from my brother contains anything. It seems to be a bit of a coincidence that my brother was interested in researching items related to the afterlife and hell and death, to be killed by this assassin that takes the form of our dead brother.
How long ago did Barley pass?
It's been almost 15 years now.
I will say, if I'm really quick, Odin. If I'm remembering correctly, the ritual that they used to summon this assassin, what did they get the page from that book? Am I remembering that correctly or no?
They did not.
Okay, cool. Never
You don't know where
Um,
they got the information for it.
If the two are connected, fuck, I don't know how much we want to tell them.
Yeah.
That would make sense with some other information we found of what he was digging into.
It could be a possibility. Whoever is behind these assassins, if it's Blackyear, if it's something beyond him, someone is reaching out to individuals and giving them that knowledge. For your brother, they found someone who wanted him dead and used them, gave them the knowledge to summon this assassin. They wanted the Jarl gone. They found someone who wanted the Jarl dead, was desperate, gave them the information to commit this assassin, to summon this entity.
The question is what links the three? Because so far the only two that are linked are the Jarl and your brother, given that both of the summoners had some connection to your family.
Kilgrove was in debt.
Kilgrove
Correct.
was in debt to your sister.
And he was
he's the
about to
one
be
who summoned-
ruined. Who, obviously, a lot of people would be on both sides of if your family was to either build bridges with a key, but I'm sure plenty would also like to not see that happen. So I'm sure you've been thinking about who possibly could have... What better way to ensure that your two families won't ever reconcile than have one of their members murdered while visiting your estate? I'm not a politician, but that seems pretty, that's a good way to fuck shit up.
Because it's not likely that his family will take this lightly, will they?
So Yoon said he was a fountain of knowledge, and it is a great loss.
Yeah, I anticipate that any attempts at mending our two noble houses' relationships are out the window.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
I'm so...
He's survived by 2 children. I don't think he has any other family. His wife passed a while ago.
other than your family's connection to each of these people, I can't... I'm having trouble trying to piece together why these 3 specifically. Because if it's your family that whoever's choosing these targets is after, it would make more sense to just come after you.
It wouldn't make sense to go after the Jarl in that case, then. Sure, Kilgrove had a debt to our family, but why the Jarl then?
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. The flimsiest connection is with the Jarl. So each of them has to have been looking into something specific.
Aki was very interested in realmways. That's a very powerful thing.
Do we know anything about the Jarl?
Yeah, shit, do we? That he was considered an honorable guy. Like a pretty chill dude, but like nothing.
Yeah.
Anything.
Your family had Kilgrove under his employ for a long time. Do you know anything about what the Jarl was getting into?
Right. Shit, good point, Reese.
Jarl Vestar? I mean... I don't think we got anything that would align with what we're discussing. Vestar was... He was a very honorable man. I mean, he came from a line of conflict, survived many battles. He saw no reason to lie to anyone, and he made that very, very apparent. Obviously, he had monetary dealings with our family every now and then, and I'm sure he had more than one grudge against him from some of the battles he fought, but between the North and the South, what warlord doesn't?
Anyone in power would have some enemies somewhere, but that doesn't mean that, yeah.
And he didn't have any special interests, specific places he wanted to look into, specific projects he wanted to get done.
He was a good man, but he... Not to disrespect the dead, but he was not of a higher mind. He was very focused on what was in front of him.
Which
Crosswind.
which is why I would expect why Kildgrove was able to maneuver so much shit behind his back and get Shattershore in the state that it was in. Who was he the son of again? Because he was a demigod, right?
Oh, wasn't it?
No, it was like wasn't at all. Shit, who was it?
I don't
Was it the
think it was Brody.
Not Brody. I feel like was it the Winter guy? Who's Winter? Fuck.
Hernier. Winter is Svel?
Is he? That sounds. Is he? What's
Sounds-
going on, baby? Isabel, what are you doing?
Wait, was it Oibjorn?
Father.
No,
Oibjorn.
No.
that doesn't sound familiar.
No, it wasn't Oibjorn. He.
Shit.
I don't actually remember if you guys got any information on
I don't think we did.
him.
Who
We just
was-
knew he was a demigod.
His
Yeah,
last
because
name
I know
was Hennifson. So if he was a demigod, he didn't take the name of his godly parent.
Okay, who am I
Okay.
thinking of then? I thought he was. I thought someone died who was a demigod, and it's like we.
Yeah, because we thought he was one of those of golden blood, which is
Yeah.
also part of like why oh shit.
So I want to say I said my
the-
condolences to someone,
the
like some
Damari.
shit.
Yeah, because which
Like-
is why the Damari were after him. Or like were especially
No, because we definitely met his dad because when we went with Einar and them to Wintercrest, because we
Yeah.
went with them to like pass off the say, hey, like you're gonna go do the Jarl thing, we're gonna say our respects. We said condolences to his dad because it was like, oh, we found
Yeah.
out, oh shit, wait, that was your son. Oh, sorry, man.
Bad. Yeah.
Which one was it?
Yeah.
I feel like he was the one with dark hair and like, God, which one is that?
Bernier?
Maybe?
I feel like that sounds
might have been
That
Hernier.
sound-
familiar.
I
Right.
think
Hernier.
Hernier.
No, Cernier. Hernier is the clan.
Cernier is the
Cernier.
god of storms and the lead, quote unquote.
Yes,
god
because
of-
I
he
think
had
it was.
lightning
I think-
arcing off
Oh
him.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that was him. Okay, yeah. So,
Yes.
yeah, okay. Thank you, God. Guys, it's been a while.
It has been a
There's
minute.
lot
Bro,
of
that was
gods.
like season 1, like
Yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah.
even I'm
was-
misremembering a few things, but
2 seasons
Yeah.
ago.
So
I'm pretty sure whoever it was the same guy who came out and was like super racist to me and Einar, like as a parting word.
yeah.
I'm
think
pretty
that
sure
was
it
a
was the
t-
same guy.
yeah.
I know
Yeah.
Atal was very racist.
That's why I thought it was Atal, because I was like, no, Atal said some bad shit.
Atal
But
said
also
some
the
bad shit.
guy
He said
who,
some...
like
I feel like the guy though that just lost his son was more just like I don't want to fucking talk to anyone.
because I very
Well-
vividly
Atal was a
remember
dick.
somebody I very vividly remember somebody walking out and saying,
Oh, like a
fucking, I cannot remember, why can I not remember the name?
Atal
Not Shifter.
definitely.
Scapani!
Yeah.
Scapani!
Scapani.
A Scapani
No,
as
no,
a Jarl? Yeah, right. Like,
That was
something to that
Atal.
effect.
That was Atal. That was 100% Atal. Brynja remembered that very vividly because she's like, well, fuck you, sir.
Yeah.
Ready to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe that's why I thought it was...
Because the only other thing I could think of, which the Jarl again throws it away, is your brother was looking into transcending the bounds of mortality, and then your friend wanted to go past the bounds of certain planes. So,
The skull of all of us, I think, took Barley's, I guess, supposed death the hardest. So, a lot of his research into hell and the afterlife, I think, stemmed from that.
it makes sense now.
I wish Morgan were here. He would have a lot of insight.
Yeah,
And be able
we'd
to
be
give
able
us
to
a lot of
consult the
information.
book.
Honestly, yeah. I should ask him more about that. Kind of.
There's the only other thing I can think of is if this is not one string of connected killings and it's more just somebody's the one that takes contracts, and it can be from anyone. But that would mean that there is a tertiary person in play, and that's quite a long yarn to have to pull apart.
Is it... am I misremembering if Kilgrove at the end had gotten assistance from another deity?
Blackbeard.
That's right.
He was essentially dumped by his goddess and was approached by, from our understanding, a servant of Blackhair or Blackhair themselves.
He's now some sort of demon.
Right. Who, yeah. Regardless, he is in the service of Blackhair now and is some demon monstrosity.
That doesn't bode well.
No.
No. But
And you see him like pull out a sheet of paper and just start writing down on it.
Yeah.
But I don't think we figured out who gave that first guy the scroll, did we?
No.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Not at all.
If that's a connecting thread, maybe, but we don't know who gave the first person the information, and we don't even know who sent the assassin this time.
And he kind of finishes writing. Sorry. I figured it would probably behoove my sister if I let her know that Kilgrove is technically still alive.
Collect on a debt. Not bad.
Yep. Nope.
I think more of if Kilgrove is a demon, probably watch our back. But regardless.
Also, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think it's too far of a leap then to say that Kilgrove initially got his information about how to call this assassin from Blackhear directly.
Yeah.
Is there
So,
any evidence that you can recall of the members under my brother's employ having any relation with Blackhear or the Flarkhear?
Brynja gets very
Oh,
obviously tense. Is looking at her juice.
Do we remember this? I'm forgetting.
My brother.
Her brother.
He technically was working for Kilgrove. In a sense. Kinda. Not 100%, but like, but Vigo's people
Right,
were kinda.
but
He was
he's-
with Vigo. And
He's
Vigo...
asking. He's
Okay.
asking about the people who were working under
Eskel, I think.
His brother.
Eskel.
So
okay.
no.
You're right. Okay,
So
good.
Yeah.
No.
So specifically under Eskel, your brother is in the clear.
yeah.
Yeah.
We don't remember hearing anything about.
Nada.
Not that
Nope.
we heard, but they were stealing from caravans going through. So
Involving Eskel, we just know that there were a bunch of very disgruntled workers.
Yeah.
And yeah, the North was very... Shadowshore was very complicated with who Kilgrove was letting,
but in
tap
terms
the
of-
land, and their people controlled chaos. The people that Kilgrove let run amok were very anti-gods.
Mhm.
Just kind of nods thoughtfully. Still don't see a connection then between the two. About this time, you hear a slight knock on the door to the kitchen, and Bo kind of pokes his head in. The Damari are here.
Yep.
They're fast.
Uh-huh.
Fuck, they're
Yep.
fast.
Nope.
Alright.
My hood is up. I'm keeping my head down and keeping my mouth shut. I am not here.
Fold-
Do not perceive me.
I'm folding my arms to try. There's no way to fold my arms with to cover the bracers, so I'm just gonna sit.
And Vernick nods, and you can have him come in. Thank you, Bo. And Bo nods and leaves.
Brynja just makes sure she gets her shit in order and has her mark visible.
Wait. I keep fucking forgetting my goddamn amulet.
I'm gonna say, here you can have it.
Here
I'm
I can have it
proud.
out.
A minute
Yeah,
or two later,
I'll,
you see Bran come back in with only one person in tow. You see this younger man, probably in his late 20s, bald, completely clean-shaven, brown eyes, absolutely covered in scars.
Oh shit.
Peeking underneath his religious robes on the right side, you can see all manner of burn scars starting at his neck and going down the side of his body.
Holy fuck.
It takes you a second to notice, but underneath all the robes and pants, you can also make out what appears to be a prosthetic on his right leg as well.
Brynja will go ahead and she'll stand when they let him in, so she'll be standing.
And
Fine, I
he kind
guess.
of just makes his way in and looks around, taking in the room. Vernick stands and gives a slight bow. Oh, there's Styrbjorn. Welcome.
Styrbjorn.
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 Chat.
Bro. Oh, there we go.
Gracias.
He nods. Vernick asks, "Were you the only voice we should be expecting?" And Styrbjorn looks to Vernick. "Oh, the Runa is outside speaking with the guards. Ingathora couldn't make it." He kind of looks to each of you in turn, making eye contact. He looks incredibly young. Like I said, late 20s. For one of the Damari, it is kind of a shock to see someone this young. Reese, as his eyes kind of settle on you, there is kind of this flash of recognition, not necessarily in who they are, just in you see a hollowness. The eyesight and gaze of someone who has seen a horrible battle and has lost a lot of friends and walked out the other side unharmed. Mentally.
Okay, like a recognition of like
This guy's seen some shit.
kindred.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Kindred spirits and
Yeah.
I know
I'll
that look.
I'll just give him a nod.
Tell me about Aki's death. Noodles.
Noodles.
Full presentation.
Noodles.
Full
PowerPoint.
PowerPoint presentation with note cards and a whole slide.
I introduce myself as Brynja of the Mooncatcher tribe of Westwatch, and yeah, tell him what happened, and then let someone else fill in when I left the room what happened.
Yeah.
He listens pretty quietly for the most part. Anytime any like irrelevant information or like information that goes on for too long comes up, he does kind of just hold up a hand and urges you to move on. Seemingly very focused just purely on getting the straight and short of it, just the facts.
Yep.
Valid.
And he nods. I am not mistaken that this is the third assassination, yes?
Yes.
That we know of, yes.
Did you tell him of the recognition of the Morrow's sibling?
I was out of the room when that happened, so I would hope someone like, or if Vernick would bring that to light if he doesn't. Then definitely, I mean, I told Sayun, so.
Vernick hasn't said a word. He's just letting you all talk.
Okay, then yeah.
Oh, good.
Cool. Okay, then yeah, so I wasn't in the room, but I was told that he took the visage of the departed Barley Marlowe.
Yep.
He just looks to Vernick. We'll need access to your family's cemetery along with any remaining portraits that you may have of your brother.
Portraits?
Oh boy.
And Vernick kind of...
Oh, they're making wanted posters!
Why
Oh,
the
no.
portraits? It's easier to describe if we have a visage.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, sorry, bro. Barley's public enemy #1 right now. It doesn't look
Yeah.
good. Even if he's an innocent bystander, it don't look good.
Sorry, kid. If it sways anything, he did say he did not want to.
The possession of Barley, if that's what it is, will be taken into consideration. Priority #1 is finding this creature and stopping it from killing anyone else. Is there any other relevant information?
We at least know the incantation for the first one that we saw.
Any nods for you to
Describe
continue?
that. Yeah, describe that. Say we didn't realize that that's...
Including the like blood
Blood.
hand. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yup.
About the time you finish describing it, the door opens again, and you see this woman dressed in this various shades of white, black, and grays enter the room. This deep blue necklace wrapped around her neck, hair running well past her hips, black starting to kind of salt and pepper at the ends of it. Blue eyes, elven features, but she makes her way into the room with a, I wouldn't say happier expression than Styrbjorn, but definitely one that's a lot less hollow.
Yeah.
She makes her way in the room and just kind of does a quick survey. And looks to you, Brynja, and gives a nod and a slight bow. Good to see you're in my mother's good graces.
And I give a bow. I am as well. Pleasure to meet you. I did not know one of her daughters was one of the Domani.
And she nods again. Otheruna. I've heard some you.
I'm sure not all great, but I'm sorry we have to meet under such circumstances.
Are there any other kind? Disturbed Vern just kind of gives Runa a look. I don't have any other questions. Thank you. And without another word, he nods and leaves. Runa kind of just hangs out for a little bit. I suppose I'll get the update from him on what you all discussed so you don't have to repeat it. I apologize for his shortness.
It's fine. I can already tell he's seen more than his years are withstanding to hold.
His experience does not match his age, to be sure. Poor kid. Anyways. Thank you for your time. Is there... I don't know a good way to ask it. What are your current plans with the Keys body?
I'm just gonna look to...
Yeah,
Verdict.
Yeah, same. I was like, we don't know him.
I had intended to have his body delivered back to his family. It's not my place to do the funeral rites. I can't say I'm super familiar with a lot of Wood Elven culture. She nods. Very well. I have to take Stierborn and myself, along with one or two of the guards, back to Mornstar. But, should you need it, I can offer my assistance, with swiftly bringing the body back home. And, Vernick nods. That is most gracious of you, Voice. Least I can do. Anyways, unless there is anything further for all of you to share or any questions for the Damari, kind of pauses.
When you bring the body back, it should be emphasized that both of them met with the intention to mend the bad blood between their houses.
Verna kind of chimes in. Before you return, I'll be sure to have something composed to deliver with the body. And she nods. Very well. You all have a blessed day. And she turns and leaves.
They are efficient.
Mm.
But... Oh, I feel ready for another nap. And it's not even afternoon yet.
Well,
I'm gonna look to Vernick. How's he doing right now?
Not great.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
surprised.
Yeah.
good enough.
Is there anything we can do?
Yeah, actually, 1 second, and he kind of gets up and leaves. A few minutes later, unless there's anything you want to discuss. Well, he's gone.
Who's out of the room? Anyone? Anyone? Do we got the room for ourselves? what a mess.
I can see that again.
He comes back into the room, and you see in his hand he's holding this very small stone. It's round, completely polished, nearly transparent, kind of like the size of a marble. And he just kind of like holds it out. If you're able to get any more information on whatever is possessing my brother, or any further sightings, as a friend, I would greatly appreciate it if you told me. And he,
What's this?
it's a form of ascending stone. It's got some magical charges in it that will, with limited uses, allow you to contact me so we can talk mentally across whatever distance you may be. I will say it won't work across realms, but so long as you're in Nyrverold. And he hands it over.
Of course, you can't
for-
promise anything, but if we do find something,
Sorry for throwing your brother out there. Kind of had to be. I know he's. I want to believe he's just as much of a victim in all of this.
If there's anyone out there who can figure it out, it's the Damari. And you. Unless you need anything else. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I think I'm gonna pass out.
we'll leave you. We have to start our little trek anyway.
All right. Safe travels. And he slams the rest of his coffee and heads off.
Yup.
Yep.
Get out.
We gotta get the fuck out of this town, yo.
Yeah,
gotta
now that we're
go!
it's like, all right,
Mm,
cool. Okay, we got the authorities' blessing. Sweet. On our way. Fuck.
Not on trial for murder.
Not on
Thanks,
trial
Sam.
for murder.
I know.
Not on
see?
trial for murder.
Thank
Let's
God.
go.
As you leave the dining room, Bo is out there waiting, and kind of just turns to walk with you to escort you out of the Morrow estate.
How are you doing, Bo?
Yeah, I'm here.
That's fair.
Unfortunately. Seeing two people dead to that assassin is an adjustment. I can't imagine what 3 has been for all of you.
It's disquieting to say the least, but we'll manage. Just try and help out Vernak as much as you can, yeah? He seems like he's not in a good spot. and
Yeah.
isolation is not good for that.
No. Take it
Bran-
from someone who knows. It's not.
Bran does their best, but I think Vernix a lot to handle sometimes, so don't worry about
He-
us.
He is happier here, so just remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just take care of yourself, okay?
I will.
I hope we see you again with not
Good tidings.
followed by this crap again, you know?
Yeah. Maybe one day you'll take me on an adventure again.
If you'd like.
Anyways, and whoever's closest, he gives like an awkward side hug to.
Just like
Good.
engulf him with one arm.
Safe travels.
Time to you.
Take care.
Yay!
God.
Didn't
Trauma!
get arrested. Today is a good
Wait.
day.
Day. Yeah.
Day's not
oh,
over yet. Don't say
Day's
that.
not
It's
over
not
yet.
over
Oh
yet.
God, you're right.
We're
You're
leaving.
right.
We're
You're
leaving.
right.
Get the
Yeah,
fuck out.
let's get the fuck out of this town. We are headed
Yeah, no, we leaving.
north.
North to
Which-
that standing stone.
So as you
yes.
depart from the Morrow Estate, your next destination is the Standing Stone in Alron.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was the plan.
Okay.
See which kind it is.
And who doesn't have its Reyna and
Reyna and
Craig.
Craig.
Greg? Cool. So y'all should be the ones to touch this one.
Okay.
Even if you want to, even if it isn't something that like calls to you and stuff, fucking
Yeah.
grab it because you could always switch.
Yeah. And you can always
I think as soon as
not
we-
take it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You can choose to not take it.
Yeah.
We
Because
gotta
I
go.
I know as soon as we find the location of the Mage Stone, we're gonna have to take
Morgan. Yeah.
Morgan
Yeah.
back here because he's
Oh,
in
probably
all
looking-
that shit.
Literally, the two I've got my eye on just from the name is either the warrior or the hunter. Those are the two I've got my
Yeah.
eye on.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's roughly the same distance either way that you go, whether you want to split right or split left as you come out of Alron, heading either past Dreyfus Farm or the Flatlands Mill.
Let's
Your decision.
Let's go right.
Past the mill.
Sure.
No.
Okay. Given that a good chunk of the journey is going to be off-road, you're probably looking at a grand total of about 4.5 days to get there.
Okay.
Hmm. Sounds
Which
good.
puts us at the 6th of Final Seed. Right?
7th.
7th of Final Seed. Sick.
Yes.
What is your magic date again? I need to write it down.
It is the 13th of Leaves' turn.
Leaves turn. Okay, I have that written down.
Give me.
My poor man is a little slow until then.
Over the course of the 4.5 days, is there anything that you would like to accomplish?
I want to keep trying to teach myself how to scry.
Okay.
Nice.
Make
I know
me
what you picked.
make me a spellcasting roll, not with the -2 this time. Same target.
Same target. I got a 5.
Nice.
That's what we like to see.
Yeah, again, just for my trial runs, I'd rather it be a target I know a little better than somebody I've seen twice.
That is fair. Okay. Alright, so I got a roll for his spirit.
Spirit.
Yes. Okay. Interesting. What
Don't
is
like that.
going on in that world right now? Okay. You focus, and you begin to coalesce the magics before you as you sit quietly in camp. Concentrating, trying to mimic the motions of Morgan, you realize they're just not working for you. Morgan is very focused on imbuing his powers with the natural world. tapping into, the ley lines that exist just inherently.
Yeah.
You change your focus instead, drawing on your connection between yourself and your patron. As you do so, rather than seeing the dust begin to move, you feel your eyes begin to glaze over as there's this echoing crack in front of you, as if the world before you is starting to split. Golden light almost nearly blinds you as the crack gets wider and wider, tearing a hole in reality itself before the golden light begins to clear. And in front of you, much like a portrait, you begin to see images. Visions. You see somewhere cold. Not quite like Shattershore, but definitely cold, somewhere north. All around the vision are mountains that you're not familiar with. Vigo, in the middle of a convoy, walking in a northern direction. Dressed to the gills in furs and armor, looking a little bit more haggard and tired than the last time you saw him. They seem to be trailing supplies of some kind in this convoy. These massive carts are towed behind him, each of which has these large crates atop them containing something. It's hard to tell what. But there's probably about 24 or so Shatterclaws all around him as they kind of quietly just continue their march.
Okay.
The vision
I don't happen to see
continues.
Bren in. Okay, sorry. Continue.
sorry.
Go. I'll shut up.
The vision continues for some time. No one besides Vigo of any real note. Before eventually the crack in reality begins to shimmer and break, and as the golden light fades, it snaps shut.
Ah. How I will never understand how this kid does it. That is insane.
Are you okay?
Doing all right, mate.
You look like you
Y'all just like see Raina's like fucking drenched in sweat.
Yeah. Are you
Like
okay?
if anyone had looked over at this point, her eyes were like fucking glazed over, just
Yeah.
like fucking beads of sweat. Like she was there but not there. You did.
Yeah.
So anyone who happened to look over in that like was probably like a minute. And then just the snapback of she just kind of like wipes her eyes a little bit, pinches like the bridge of her nose. Oh, fuck.
Are you okay? You kinda. I thought you were really deep in thought, but holy shit! Do you have a fever? Are you okay?
No. For the first time, I was able to successfully scry.
Oh.
I don't know how Morgan does that. So, he's had probably more practice. I wanted to try and be helpful, so I was hoping that if I could learn to do this, I could maybe attempt to scry on Barley. I didn't try at first because, well, I've only seen Barley a handful of times, so I went with a little bit more of a familiar target.
Mm-hmm.
And so I tried scrying on Vigo.
Mm.
And I was successful. They're somewhere up north. I didn't recognize the mountains, but it was very cold. And he was dressed entirely in furs. There was a convoy that had something, but there were maybe 24 Shatterclaws with him.
Exactly. That at least excludes a few different places. I'm guessing
First off, congratulations.
Yeah.
That's really
Thank you.
impressive. And we haven't been able to really scry on Vigo before, so excellent. Hey,
That's new.
we have a, you know,
But
As
well,
of
I mean,
right
we learned
now-
a couple of things. We learned a couple of
Mhm.
things. One, that I can do this.
Yeah.
yeah.
Two, it takes a lot out of me right now, but I'm sure that will come with time. So one, I can do this. Two, that they're still somewhere up north. They did not go south like we thought.
And
So,
with them not being in familiar mountainous ranges, that either leaves if they were stupid and went to Grimheart, or
That
somewhere near Northgate is what I'm thinking.
yeah. You know.
Because for the rest of the mountains, we've at least been nearby. We went all along the mountains in Shattershore, and we've been near Wintercrest and in the Keld area.
I mean,
So
we also know they did take a ferry at some point.
they
Granted,
did
that was
take a
before
ferry at
Gren
some
broke
point.
off.
So, which is why I was thinking either Northgate because they were headed to Deloth, or they went to Grimheart and they are more desperate than we thought, or have a goal and are more determined than we thought.
Yeah. Like I said, all I know is that they were carrying supplies. I couldn't see what, but there were crates of something on top of the carts.
That's not exactly a good thing.
No, not reassuring, but the fact that
No.
we now know, like, instead of just randomly wondering where they
Guessing.
are at, yeah, guessing. So, oh, good. Here, I'm gonna hand Reyna my flask of water.
Thank you. Ah,
Oh, given our trajectories, we're bound to run into them at some point just along our journey normally. Because if they are on Grimheart, it's just a trip north that we'll need to do.
Yeah.
Treacherous
They-
trip north, but
and they were
regardless.
continuing to head north. That is the direction they were walking in.
Right.
So whatever
good
they
to
are,
know.
they're heading farther north.
So it's either that, or if they are near Northgate, we'll have to go that way anyway, or we can go that way anyway, in order to circle back around with how we were meaning to go anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Either way,
give me.
they won't catch us by surprise at this moment.
Right.
We're a little out of the reach at this current moment, so that makes me feel better. But give me another couple of days to give a try at this, and I can maybe try and scry on our assassin.
Mhm.
Right.
Sounds good.
And then she's just gonna like fucking fall back into the snow.
Yeah.
I owe that kid a
Okay.
drink.
You continue your travels. Eventually, as the days pass, you cut your way off trail and make your way across the plains just south of the Flatland Shire. You walk for some time before eventually, in the distance, you can see this small divot in the landscape. And as you approach and look down on it, inside the divot, which appears to be like kind of just a small drop in elevation of the surrounding otherwise flat plains, at the very bottom is one of the jet black ebony standing stones that you now become familiar with.
Hey, let's go.
Yes.
Oh, who wants to go down there?
You too? After you.
Yeah.
Do you want to check it out, Craig?
Lockdown.
I mean, we are trying to beef you up after all.
Yeah.
I already have the amulet. I have the armor. Honestly, I don't care.
All right.
Go
I'll
check
go
it out.
check
Take
it
the
out
next
then.
one. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right.
Then I'll go check it out.
There you do.
You make your way down. coming to the bottom where the standing stone sits, you reach your hand out, kind of touching the side of it. Doing so,
Touch.
you feel the magic coursing through the stone, and ask, wanting to enter your body.
Oh, I don't get like a preview. Okay. Sure. Yeah.
Okay. As you open yourself up, before you immediately begin to get these flashes. You see, it's like a perspective of someone who used to walk Nyrverold at some point. As they go about their day, working out of a cart, selling supplies and bargaining and haggling with the various people they come across as they travel the world. You get this sense of charisma and persuasiveness, the type of skills that a merchant would require to sell goods.
Ah, we found the merchant.
Merchant.
Oh. I don't know, guys. Should I take this or do we want to give this to Crag? Well, the Crag, I guess, is already like the hero. I don't know. It's up to you, Crag. Do you wanna be able to talk to people too?
I'll take it if you don't
Alright.
want it.
So I'll kind of like disconnect.
Yep.
And then I will
Unplug.
I will noodles what I saw. So this seems to me like whoever will take it, their thing will be about talking to people.
Good at talking to people? Like, which one we talking about? Is this, which month are we in?
Canonically, do we know the names of all of these stones, or are we just like
You know
like is that character knowledge?
We know
or
it.
is
We know
that-
it's based off of each of the months,
each of the
right?
seasons,
Each
which
of
is
the
related
seasons.
to the months. Yeah,
Which is related to the months.
Okay.
and there is a season of the merchant.
Okay, then I will simply just say I'm like, this feels very was it the merchant? Season of the merchant.
Merchant.
So haggling, talking to people.
Who wants to be
charisma,
suave?
persuasion.
I mean, I feel like I can get a little bit better at that. I'll take it.
You are good at
Go
talking
for
to
it.
people.
Accurate.
Well, now you can be even better at it.
I'll put my hand on the stone.
We need
You
a
do so.
face.
You do so. You get similar visions, and there's a following additional ask that reaches out, essentially trying to figure out if you want to take this blessing or not.
Yes.
Okay.
I would take it.
As you accept the blessing of the merchant stone, you gain the charismatic edge.
Ooh, that's good.
In addition to that, whenever you are making purchases, roughly around 10% of whatever the price of the thing is that you're trying to buy will be discounted for you.
People just like you,
Damn.
which
He's just a cool guy.
tracks. You're just a cool guy.
He's just a cool guy.
Can we sell the boat back and then I'll buy it back?
Right? Holy
Shit.
shit!
We
Hey,
should have found
maybe
this before.
we could probably get materials
Back.
now at a discount. You know,
Yeah, you could probably get
That's true.
materials
We
for
gotta-
hella cheap now.
because we gotta fix this shit up. You have a
Yeah.
contractor's account now and can get shit like for cheap.
It's true.
Bro got connections.
Bro knows a guy.
Do you have a silver
I
thumb
don't.
now?
I don't feel much different.
I mean, I don't really either, but it's more of when you think about it, it will kind of come up. But also,
Well,
mine's
that's
related
cool.
to spirits, so it is kind of natural for me.
I'll hand Brynja a rope. I'll be like, sell me this rope.
Tell me
Okay.
this rope. All right, Mr. Business School.
All right, so you want this rope? It's very versatile. You know, you could get you out of a bind. You could put someone you want in a bind.
This was a bad idea.
I just
Crag
drape
starts
it.
blushing under the ash.
How do you go? Oh, actually, this reminds me.
See, I got it for free.
Actually, I don't care. I've been meaning to ask. Whatever, have we kept the freaking harness you made for Reese eons ago from his first body? Have we kept that, or did he get buried?
I think we
with it?
left it
Hope
in
so.
his
Got
grave,
buried
didn't we?
with
In
him.
his grave. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Okay, as I like drape the rope back over. Actually, this reminds me. I have a request to make for you sometime. And I just pat him on the shoulder and walk away.
Oh god. We need a stronger rope.
Yes, you will. As she walks away, she says, "Yes, you will."
Oh god.
Amazing.
With the blessing of the merchant stone,
Mhm.
now under your care, that is where we'll take a break.
Woo!
Sick.
Woo!
We will be back here shortly.
Boy.
Hell yeah.
See ya.